When you fart, you spread your ass cheeks apart so you don't make sound?
Yes, I do.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to try that later.
Yeah, you just, I'll also like, yeah, so it's just like,
Just puffs out.
I don't fart, I poof.
Yeah, she poofs.
No, I seriously will. I will like run away. I'll put my, like if there's another room, I'll kind of just back into it.
Yeah.
Spread them.
You see? I'm there. I'm Thom Naylor. Hanging out with porn stars and showgirls is fucking awesome. But how much do we really know about them? Join me on the Side Piece podcast where we sit down with them and hear some of the craziest stories from inside the industry. I look forward to seeing you. And follow me on the Side Piece podcast. All right, everybody, welcome to the Side Piece podcast. My guest this time is the one and only Ms. Parker.
Hello.
Hi, Ms. Parker. Is it Ms. Parker or Miss Parker?
Ms. or Miss, just not Mrs. I hate,
not
like,
Mrs.
I'm not married.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
There's a couple of questions I have about that.
Okay.
I have a whole bullet points list to go over with you.
I seen that. I'm not going to say worried because this is going to be fun.
Yeah, no, don't be
Like,
worried.
I'm so excited.
I'm only going to embarrass you like 1, 2, maybe 6 times.
It's okay. It's okay. My
After
whole life
spending
is an
the whole day
embarrassment.
with
I'm
you.
just joking.
You boring bitch. No,
I am so boring.
No.
What the fuck? Why is she here? Who are you?
They told me like she has to come a day early. I was like, what? No.
I don't like you.
No.
Why?
I'm so glad you
booked
did
her?
though, because it worked out so much better.
It did.
I
It
mean,
really
you got
did.
some rest, and it was funny because normally, sometimes I always think it might be better to bring people in a day early because you kind of just get some downtime.
Traveling is so exhausting.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it doesn't matter
For all of
what
you
time
that
your
just sit at
flight
home all the time, traveling is horrible.
It's so bad.
Going to new places sucks. So we met at the show, but we didn't really meet. So this is a good thing for both of us because I'm going to kind of pick your brain a little bit during this podcast and get to know you and talk about how our day went and just some questions and some other things I found out about you just quietly observing you.
Okay.
So we'll figure some shit out today.
Yes. Let's figure it all out.
All right.
Please tell me why I have my issues.
So one thing I have to start with, which you caught me off guard, which I thought was great. We were going down the escalator. Well, let me give some background. So we went to AwesomeCon today, and we'll go tomorrow.
Yes.
And I've never been to a comic book convention, and you neither.
Me neither. Is my first one.
So we were virgins.
Thank you for popping my cherry.
Yeah, I was just say you popped my cherry too.
Memories.
I thought for sure there was going to be a lot more weirdos there.
Me too.
But everybody was pretty cool. And the one thing that I really loved, and I think I mentioned to you, was how absorbed people get. Like when you were in costume, you were Cruella DeVille. And it's funny because people just fall into it. They're like, hi, Cruella.
Yes.
It's almost like you're no longer human. You're just that character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like respectful. Everyone's just so like into it. And you were like little Miss Scene. And then we come to find out you were part of a scavenger hunt and didn't even know it. You were an option.
I was on the list.
Find.
I was on the list.
Yeah. When the guy said, the guy with the question mark above his head put you on the scavenger hunt. And I thought, what? And then
I never even seen him.
I looked everywhere.
So did I.
Could not
because
find
I
him.
wanted to go take a picture with him. Or actually, I also wanted to see the list.
I do too. So tomorrow, that is our quest.
Yes.
We are going to find...
We are on a quest
Yeah.
to find him
We
because
are finding
I'm on
the
his
question
quest.
mark man. Yes. So that is our first endeavor.
Yes, let's do it.
After we link up with the Star Trek crew.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited about those pictures and videos that we got.
Oh yeah.
Like-
So let's go back. We were going down the escalator, and you started to tell me a story about one of your children. And I know we're not going to discuss your children, but we're going to discuss parts of them.
Yes.
So you have an 18-year-old son.
Yes, I do.
And I'm only going to say he's 18 because you are so young. And that we're going to back into that story later as to how young you really are. Granted that your son is 18.
I know. Are you guys doing the math yet?
Yes. Coming down the escalator, you said that your son expressed to you his knowledge on a cuck chair.
Yes.
tell me about this conversation.
Oh gosh, I honestly cannot believe, or first of all, I can't believe he knew what that was. Second, I don't recall how we even got on that topic. Okay, I don't even know. It was just one of our random conversations that we have.
Yeah.
And he just said, we were talking about hotels.
Okay.
And he's like, every hotel has a cuck chair. I'm like, what? Excuse me? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, how do you know this? How do you know this information? And he just looks at me and he's like, you're my mom for one. Like, come on, get real.
Yeah.
We have a very open relationship to
Okay.
begin with. I mean, he tells me a lot of things, and I am very open with him.
Yeah.
Because first and foremost, I don't want him to ever find out through the grapevine or on the internet what mom does.
Oh, I was going to ask you. Okay.
Yes. And then for two, I was a very young mom, so I don't want that for my son.
Sure.
I mean, if things happen, they happen, but I want him to have as much knowledge and be able to ask me, uncomfortable questions if something comes up.
Yeah. Now,
So-
did you feel like you were not informed enough when you were young?
I was not, and I didn't feel comfortable enough.
Is it because you grew up
asking
in
my
Michigan?
I mean,
No, I'm kidding.
that might have been it.
A lot of smart people don't come from Michigan. No, I'm kidding. No.
Hi, I show my butthole for a living.
I know, we're going to get to your butthole because you and I have a thing. We both talk about our buttholes a lot.
Yes.
So we'll go back to buttholes too.
Butthole buddies.
Yes. So your son knows what you do for a living. Does he find it cool? Or is he like, Mom, don't tell me
Yeah, he'd
what
rather,
you do at work?
Yeah, he'd rather not.
Just tell
I
me the
mean,
cities you went to.
Yeah, he's just like, whatever. It is what it is.
Now, are his friends at an age now where they know what you do too?
That is a very good question, because I've never asked him, hey, do your friends know what I do?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure they assume, because I have a pole in my house. You walk in and it's just kind of like there. So I'm,
Mom's in training to be a fireman.
Right. And I mean, they know I travel almost every weekend for work. I'm always home.
Yeah.
I mean, you just kind of start doing the math and you're like,
Yeah.
is your mom a stripper?
I've seen her body. She's pretty fit.
Right? Like, your mom's kind of hot.
Yeah, I always wonder what that dynamic's like is when friends of your children come by and they're like, hey, Miss Parker. And they're like,
I've actually...
don't use that name in my house.
Well, they've never called me that. Actually, they've never even called me anything. Like,
Yeah.
or my son's name's Mom,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They've never said that or anything. So, yeah.
See, now I'm sending you home with all kinds of things.
I'm
You're
seriously
go home
going
and
to
that
start, like,
fucking
listen.
guy.
You know whenever
Listen.
This is Friday or anything?
Yeah.
No. Well, that's what I get when I'm, out on bookings and everything. When I first introduce myself to someone, they're like, hey, Miss Parker, like Friday. And I'm like, yup, yup.
That's funny because I figured he would get that one, so that would be his.
I've actually had that nickname ever since high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When all of my friends seen Friday, they're like, you're Miss Parker. I'm like, I'll take it. Shit.
Oh, there you go. Is that where the name came from?
Yes and no.
Oh, okay. Is there more to it? Go ahead. We'll just segue into this. No.
Yes and no.
Oh, do we get a whole story or no? No whole
No,
story?
we can just go with it's Friday.
Okay. Does this pertain to the trophy room?
Possibly. Possibly.
Where she received her first trophy.
Yes. Yes. My lifetime trophy.
Exactly. So tell me, I know that I asked you when we were talking, I said, was your pregnancy an under the bleachers pregnancy? And you said, no, funny you should ask, trophy room.
Yes.
So tell me, trophy room.
So I was a very good example of a child growing up. And I end up skipping my 4th hour and had sex in the trophy room.
Oh.
And 5 seconds later, seriously, that's all it took. Like, 2 pump chump. I'm not even joking. I mean, I hate to knock the dude, but
Well, I know what you look like now. I can only imagine you at how old?
I was 16.
Yeah, I can imagine you at 16. I'm imagining you right now.
Well, I mean, I didn't have these.
No, but I'm sure 16 was good.
16 was good. You know.
Now, did you stay in school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, throughout my entire pregnancy, and
Nice.
then
I guess in Michigan, that's cool.
actually they tried kicking me out. They tried making me go to the alternative.
Oh, really?
Yes. My parents were not having that. They're
Good.
like, no, she's graduating at the high school on time, blah, blah, blah. But then get this. They let my little brother go to the alternative.
Now, why did he have to go to the alternative? Did he get a girl pregnant?
No. No. You just,
Or he was just bad?
no. I feel like I was worse.
Oh, really? See? I always go back to those days of school, and I think, my attendance record was good. My conduct record was good. I went to a private school, and they had all this bullshit that you had 100 points a year, and you had your days, and they would mark you down. And if my parents ever knew half the shit I got out of, they would have not been pleased. But my sister got caught at every turn.
Oh,
And my
geez.
dad cornered her one day and had her going so far that she fucking passed out in the bedroom. They were just drilling her, and they had already known that she had
Right.
cut school. And at one point, I just heard boom. She was out.
Oh my
The
gosh.
buildup of lies she was telling was just so overwhelming. She passed out. And my dad felt so bad. He was like, "Oh my God! Like my daughter just passed out." I was like, "Well, she shouldn't have been
That's
lying."
what you get.
Yeah, don't tell so many fucking lies.
Oh my gosh.
But so if he went to the alternative school, how many siblings did you have?
Just one.
Just one?
Mhm.
That's what I have. That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough bullshit to keep up with.
Yeah, and then I feel bad for my kids. I have 3.
You
So
have 3.
yeah.
What are the ages? Can I ask?
18, 12, and 5.
God, you're busy. Like real busy.
Yeah.
Now, how far can I go family-wise? Are you single?
Yes.
Okay. You like being single?
Yes and no.
No?
It's peaceful, but it's been like going on 4 years.
All right. Now, do you have dry
So-
spells? Or do you
I'm
have
currently
just...
on one.
Oh, now is it... what I want to say? Is it self-imposed, or is it just like, oh, I'm taking a minute? Because I always think everyone thinks in this industry people are just getting laid constantly, and people are just like, yeah, I got so much fucking going on, I got to take a break. Like I'm on hold.
So, like right now, I don't really know how I feel about it. Like I'm just kind of uninterested.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but then again, I think it's because dating has not been fun.
Yeah. Hey.
So I'm just like, I'd rather not.
Yeah, there's a vibrator for that.
I have a whole drawer full of stuff that can do the damn
There's
thing.
at least 6 men in that drawer.
Exactly. Exactly. And I just get on the hub and just like watch,
Oh.
whatever I want. And,
So you're a premium subscriber.
Sound like a guy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I like about her.
I seriously am. I have been told that many
She's like
times
a gay
before.
guy at this point. She's into buttholes. She's into porn.
I mean,
So-
do you want to know what kind of porn I watch?
I go for it. I'm ready. If it's gay men porn, I'm gonna die.
No, it's not gay men porn. I like watching girls, but I like spreading.
Yeah.
And yeah, just
It's funny you
spread your
say that.
pussy for me, please.
That's weird you say that because as a gay guy, when I watch porn, if it's straight, that's what I'm into.
Yeah.
Like I don't really need to see the penetration like that. I get that. I want to see full spreads.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about full spreads earlier because even when I tell the girls, I'm like, you can't do full spreads on the stage. I'm like, but I like full spreads. I mean, it's not that it's classy, but I just think that's what people pay for.
Right.
That's what you want to see.
Show me your butthole.
Yeah. That's what
and
we're
your,
here for.
And your pussy hole. All the holes,
Shane.
please.
How do you feel about that? You want full spreads? Come on.
He likes it when it winks.
Shane is shy.
No.
35.
35 is not an excuse.
I was saying, I was just telling her I was 35.
Oh.
Oh, see, me too.
Well,
And I'm a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp.
well, now you know what you're in for tonight. You'll get a full spread from her when you're filming her.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Did you say he's a vegetarian?
Sagittarius.
A Sagittarius.
See?
Oh, I am too.
Okay, so
Wait.
when's your birthday?
The 6th.
Of November? Or December?
December.
Okay, I'm
When is-
November 24th.
Mike, you and I have the same birthday. Are you fucking kidding me?
We're birthday twins.
That's why I liked you.
That's Yeah, that's why we get along so well.
That's it. That is true. I believe in that. It's probably why my husband and I fucking hate each other. He's a Scorpio. No, I'm just kidding. No, so 24th. Are you kidding me? I never meet anybody with my birthday except one other person who's a good friend of mine.
Oh, yeah?
And every year, we text each other, and he's like, "This is getting old, dude." Like we both know when our birthday is. So I'm like, I still like saying happy birthday to you. He's like, "Yeah, we're 53 now. Like, stop fucking texting me."
Please stop.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So,
Now you can text me.
now I know you're on my list. I can't remember anybody's birthday. My niece, nephew, my sister calls me and like, your nephew's birthday is 2 days from now. I'm like, thank God you called me. She's like,
so
put it in
funny.
your calendar. I'm like, it is. I just don't look at it.
That's so funny. I only remember my niece's birthday because it's the average model height,
Yeah.
5'8".
Well, see, I think I planned it because my niece's birthday, my sister's birthday, and my anniversary are all in the same 5 days. So I'm like, I know in that week there's something happening that I need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm off those. But my nephew's, he's out in the cold. And
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, and my mother too. But I always know my sister, my husband, or my anniversary. It's one of those. It's all happening. So we moved from that. Let's talk about what we did today, and then we'll go into some personal stuff. So you didn't fart, I'm glad.
No, not this
Okay.
time.
And we'll get the farting too. So we get there. I noticed a lot of, and I'm not body shaming. I always have to put that claim out. There were a lot of overweight people in Star Trek uniforms that I don't think they would have been allowed on the bridge at that weight level.
All the spandex.
And their suits were very tight. I saw a
very
couple
tight.
of engineers that the red is not flattering when it's that big. It's like a giant Christmas ornament walking around.
Ooh.
With shiny boots.
Yes, very shiny boots.
Yeah, so that leads me to my next thing. You were engaged in a conversation with somebody. And again, this is not an age shaming, but there was a gentleman shuffling around behind me. I could hear the shuffle. And I thought, I wonder what this is. This has to be a cool costume. I turned around. It was an older black gentleman. He was probably almost 80. He was in I'm not kidding, a Spider-Man tight outfit. Very tight, with no underwear.
Oof.
And when I glanced over, all I could see was junk swinging. And I thought, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he doesn't have underwear on. And
I'm kind of upset I missed this.
I know. And so
Like-
then when I looked up and I realized he was elderly, I did a double take, and then I thought, wait a second, the shuffle. So I went even lower than the junk, and I saw he had bedroom slippers on. I was like, are you fucking for real? Like, this
What kind of
guy-
slippers? Were they closed toe or open toe?
They were open-toed and
Ooh, with
open
socks?
back with the
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah.
tights.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the food, he had the plate like this, and he was shuffling along like a elderly waiter. And so I turned around to watch him pass me completely because I just had to get the whole thing.
Right, the whole 360.
And his friend, God forbid if this guy sees this thing, I'll die. His elderly friend that was with him was in a Venom costume, and I thought, I'm done. I can't even look anymore. Like this. Obviously, these two are veteran comic book guys that are going to the shows, and I just wonder if this has been their costume for the last couple times, or if this is the new one they're trying out. But I don't know if it was the junk flying around or the slippers that got me. But I'm still working it out in my head what I saw.
I'm
But-
really bummed I missed that.
Yeah,
To be
you-
honest. I mean,
Well, you were busy with your lesbian following.
Oh, yes. Because the
Because-
ladies love me.
Well, that was it. I consider them, and that's why I didn't interrupt you, because you have this pseudo-lesbian presence at the show. Guys would come over, and they were all these, shy,
They were so
cowardly,
shy.
kind of, quiet, nerdy guys or geeky guys, and the nice guys.
Mhm.
But they would all come over to you like, can I have a
They were
picture?"
afraid to ask
Yeah, they were
me.
like, can I have a picture of you? And the girls were like, hey, bitch, come over here. I want your picture. Get over here with me. Come here. And then I was still going on a path about the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts together when I saw a Girl Scout, well, not a Girl Scout, I saw a girl wearing a Boy Scout uniform. And I thought it was part of the cosplay. And then I looked and she was in the Boy Scout booth.
Yes.
So I had a whole narrative going on in my head about how pissed off I was that there were girls in the Boy Scouts.
Yes. Yes.
So that led us to a whole other conversation. So I totally forgot to point out the Spider-Man to you. So I apologize.
Well, maybe he'll be there tomorrow.
I'm hoping. So that's our
Me
second
too.
quest.
Yes. So we got to find that exclamation point guy. And now we have to find the old Spider-Man.
Oh, you're nice. I was going to say the elderly Spider. Spider-Man 7. the aged.
The what is it? The multiverse?
Yeah, he was definitely from the
He's-
multiverse.
He's
like 3 decades later.
he's on there.
So, yes.
He's the prequel.
Yeah, that was a lot. I'm still thinking about the costume shop when he bought that, and people were probably like, "That looks good on you." I'd be, oh, no. Pick a different outfit.
Can you imagine him in there like trying on all these different like?
Oh, I had everything going on in my brain. It was overloaded. So, but your costume though was fantastic.
Thank you. The wonderful Jackie made it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is that who made it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect. And the biggest hit of all were your shoes.
Yes.
I could not believe, and I always say it comes down to different types of people, but specific women liked your shoes. And I noticed that
Even some men
Yeah.
liked him too.
those were the gay guys. They don't count. So I saw some of them. They were like, I was like,
Yes,
he's gay.
That was my favorite. Yes,
Yeah.
Queen.
Yes.
Yes.
As soon as I saw the hands flying and the snapping and the kissy lips, I was like, oh, they're gay. You don't have to give them a pass. Don't worry. We're
Right.
good.
Just give him a sticker.
Yeah, they're good with the sticker.
Oh.
But the shoes were the biggest hit.
And they've actually been discontinued. I am
Really?
so bummed because I need another pair.
Now you have to make them.
Oh gosh.
That's a lot of Sharpies.
That is a lot.
But yeah,
What?
that costume was great. And I wanted to ask you about something specific. You went into the bathroom. Now, me, I'm just going to give my thought, and then you tell the story. I think the woman in the bathroom was just a cunt.
Me too.
Okay, tell the story.
Me too. I walk out of the bathroom and I'm washing my hands, and she walks over to me and she's just like, I just wanted to let you know that you can kind of see up your skirt. You can kind of see everything. And I was just like, oh, that's fine. I just like pull my dress aside because I have this like this little underskirt that
Yeah.
looks like flames, right? Because when I take off my dress, I have my underpieces.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, bam. And I was like, oh, that's okay. And I just whip it open. I was like, this is here. And she's just like, oh, well, I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, see,
I'm like,
and I don't even know
thanks.
why, because the dress was perfectly fine. It just had a long cut up the side.
and I think that was her issue because it had such a high slit.
Maybe I should have sent her to the elderly Spider-Man and said, look at this.
Yes.
If you
definitely.
think she's showing shit, look at this.
Well, I would have loved to see her reaction when there was a girl dressed as Starfire.
Oh,
And her butt was just,
it
I mean,
was
it was
out.
a nice butt,
Yes,
but it was out.
I did see
So-
her, and I saw the other girl that had she had like a thong on with like a pink triangle on her chest. She was in like a beret, a little brown beret.
I don't think
That was an
I've
outfit. She
seen
looked good.
her. I don't think I've seen her.
But yeah, I should have sent them all in the bathroom with her and had her judge everyone's costume.
Right,
What did she
exactly.
look like, by the way? Was she like in a
She was probably in her late 60s,
Yeah.
early 70s. Her hair was maybe a little bit longer than yours.
Oh, yeah. She was probably upset.
Yeah.
She finally saw a woman.
Yeah.
After so long looking in the mirror, wondering what she was looking at. She was just pissed. Is that what I'm supposed to look like?
I bet her name was Karen.
Yes.
Okay. She just.
I just find people like that to just be unreal. Like, I used to think that I needed to attack them. Now I just look at them and just be like, you don't matter. Like, whatever.
For me, it depends on my mood.
Yeah.
Because some people I just let slide, or I'll say a witty comeback and laugh about it. And
Yeah.
other people, I'm like, oh, really? Well, this is.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Like, I'm going to take this off because I'm dying in here.
Ooh, take it
It's either
off,
freezing
take it
in here.
off.
Or it's cold. Okay. I'll get it off. So, better. Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna. That was my cue for you to take more off. No. We're ready for you. Now, if I don't get all jammed up with the wire. So there were some other things. We had some people ask you to come to their booth to take pictures with their dogs.
Yes, and that dog was so cute.
And
His name was Jedi.
I heard that. I thought that was funny.
Yes.
And then other people had comments for you constantly, like, how many puppies did you save? How many have you killed? How many? What was the other question somebody asked you?
Oh gosh, I can't even remember. My favorite was the little kids
Oh,
that wanted
was
to take pictures with me, especially the one little girl dressed as Elsa. She was so shy, and her dad's like, "Can she take a picture?"
Oh, and she loved it.
Yes, and I had her hold my puppy, and she was so excited about that.
I know.
She was just like, that just made me miss mine.
Yeah, no, I'm
You
sure. Because
know?
I thought that was really, I mean, those kids, there was the African-American family that came, and the little boy didn't want to be in the picture. And the girl desperately did.
Yes.
And then the mother said, "Can I get in the picture?" I'm like, "Of course, get in the picture."
Uh-huh.
And then her son finally.
And it was his birthday.
Was his name Abraham or something?
I don't know, but it was his birthday.
Yeah. And then he got in and he covered his face with his candy bag.
No.
And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. At least he got in
Right,
there.
at least he's in there.
Yeah, so that worked out. And then there was one other, it was the foreign lady with her husband.
Yes.
And she started to take the pictures. And they were in together. And then he was like, well, I want a picture by myself with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, okay. And then once she got in the picture, he got in the picture, she's like, get rid of the box, get rid of the bag.
I know, that was
stand
so
up.
funny.
She's like directing.
Like, come on now, get it together.
Yeah. So she was like killing his mojo.
It was just.
All he wanted
it
to do was
funny.
hold a tight body.
Right.
So that was the convention today. I would suspect that tomorrow we're going to have a rough time walking. I kept overhearing people saying, this is nothing. Tomorrow you won't be able to walk through here.
I'm really excited about tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. Oh.
Like, we're going to hand out so many stickers and passes.
That reminds me, I have to call
Bring-
them in the morning and bring more.
Yes.
I have to get more. Oh, there was one other thing. Okay, I got two more things about the show.
Okay.
All right, so you showed up a bunch of Marines because you got on the, I don't know what they called that.
It was the
I mean,
pull-up
it was
bar.
a pull-up bar, but they had
Yeah.
it something. They had it named something.
Oh, did they name it something?
Something trainer or something. But I noticed of all the armed services, the Marines had like the show. The rest were like basic nothing.
Right. They had the little blow-up tent
Yeah.
and the pull-up bar.
Well, we all know
and
what the Marines do with the blow-up tent.
Eat all the crayons.
Yeah, yes. They had the blow-up guy, and you went over and did 6 pull-ups and muscled them up like boom, 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 and they were like, she did 6 pull-ups.
In a dress, in heels.
In a dress, in heels.
Overhand, not
Oh,
underhand.
Yes, overhand. See, oh, look at her. I couldn't even give her all the credit yet. And then
Technically, it was 7.
yeah, you did get the. Yeah.
Everyone else counted 7. The one goes 6. I'm
Yeah.
like, psh.
It counted because then the big muscle guy got up and he did what, 11?
No, he did less
No,
than me.
he did. Yeah, that guy, he did less than you. Then the other guy did 9, not 11.
Oh, okay.
And,
I didn't see him.
And his were underhanded. His were pull-ups.
See, yeah.
So you still bested all of them. So those guys all would pass PT in the morning, but the Navy guys, that one, he was more like ballast. He was really big. I don't know why they sent him to recruit Marine or Navy guys, but
They wanted
He did give
to
you-
have diversity.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
just wanted everyone to know that everyone is welcome.
We don't take tall people, but we take small, round people. Just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't be in the submarine.
Maybe
but-
he's on a bulk. Okay.
It could be. Well, he gave you a pen. You,
He
you,
did. He
You
gave
got
me
a
a pen.
You got a water bottle from the Marines.
Yes. Something to put in my mouth.
Yes.
Thanks.
And as you were getting that, or before you got that, there was a. I hope I have it right. He was a Power Ranger, I think.
Oh, the blue Power Ranger. Yes.
Yes. So at first I was worried about him because I thought he was going to attack you sexually. And he kept going on. Then I realized he was autistic. And I was like, okay, Tom, you can back off. Like, he's fine. He's more worried about you. Because he was like, girl, don't get up there with the heels on. You're going to break your ankles. And I'm like, he kept going on. And then he kept reaching over the table towards you.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
And then he was like, girl, don't do it. You're in a dress. And And I kept standing there thinking, like, this guy is over the top. And then I looked at him, and then I paid attention. I'm like, he's cool. He's having a great time, and he's enjoying it.
He was definitely cheering me on. I heard him just counting away.
Loved
when
it.
I was he was
Yeah.
all for it.
He loved it. And every time he walked past you, he was like, Corella, Corella. Like, okay, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was ready to snap on him. I was like, back off. Then I saw it. I was like, no, he's good. He's having the time of his life here at their show.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him engaging with another group too when we went over. I don't know what they were. They were like the martial arts guys that we went over to and got a picture. I'll think of
Dragon Ball Z?
maybe.
And it was Teen Titans.
Oh.
Teen Titans was the name of that show. I remembered
See?
it now. The one with
Uh-oh.
Starfire. And
Oh, yes.
Because we were talking, I was like, I can't remember. It was Teen Titans.
Oh, she had the silver Starfire outfit on. I
Mhm.
saw her.
Yes.
That was up her butt.
Yes.
I saw
In the
that.
pink? Yes.
Yes, and I saw another girl that was with her, and she was like, she was Storm, and
Yes.
yes, I know exactly who we're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did some run-ins with the Alien guys and the Ghostbuster guys with ass shots.
Yes.
That we did videos of. They weren't prepared for those.
No, they definitely
We
weren't.
just kind of ran on set.
Which I love doing
Learned
those.
them.
I love, like,
Oh, yeah.
my followers are going to be so excited too when I post those.
I'm sure
Because
because
normally it's my pictures or
Yeah.
it's like videos of me by myself. So now they're going to be like, oh.
well, that segues me into the other thing that Frank and I we were talking about features, and I kept trying to figure out the feature who I was going to ask you about, and now you know what? I forgot her name again. I'll think of it again, but I'll remember it. What was her name?
Which one?
The one I kept trying to think of, the feature that I wanted.
Autumn?
Autumn Nights, yes. So when I called Frank, he says he sees more of your ass than anybody, including his wife.
I love it.
So tell me. He tells me they're all from airport bathrooms,
Yes.
which I've been told some people do some of their best work in airport bathrooms, but
Speaking of butt.
tell me about your butt pictures in airports.
So this stupid thing, honestly, I decided to do. I had an early flight one morning, like a 5 a.m. flight, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take a picture of my butt. Like, in all my pictures too, I'll have one of my funny hats on,
Okay.
and the focus is what hat I'm wearing.
I was going to
In my
ask you about
butt.
the hats. Okay.
So that's the focus of the picture. I never show my face, just the hat and the butt.
Yeah.
And I did it, and by the time I had got to my layover, that picture had so many likes and comments and shares on it, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna take another one. And then when I got to my final destination, same with that one, it took off, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take another one. And so it just became this thing to where every time I travel, whenever I'm in the airport, before I take off, that's also kind of like me saying, okay, I'm on my way to this place.
My ass is leaving.
Exactly. And I try and come up with like a catchy little thing to say too. And then I get to my destination where I'm at, and then, okay, you know, I'm going to be here. And because I don't like to post my flyers of where I'm performing.
Yeah.
Because my page will get flagged. And
Oh,
then my
yeah.
content isn't pushed. So that's another reason why I do these airport bathroom booty pics, is to kind of also help promote where I'm going to be. I don't know why this is falling off my head. Okay. To try and promote where I'm going to be, and then people ask, and then in the comments, that's where I'll tag the clubs and post my flyers.
Well, you
and
can blame shame for your flyer because it's risque.
so risque.
It looks really good.
It does look good, but
Then
I was like, oh my gosh.
He sent
I'm
me
gonna get in
another one
trouble.
for the outdoor screen, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be fine. And sometimes him and I look at some of these things, and I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. Then I look outside, I'm like, no, that's not gonna be good. And who was it that we had up at the hotel came over and said something to me?
It was fire.
Phoenix?
Phoenix Fires.
Oh yeah, somebody came over from the hotel, some woman, and she was like,
And she was like facing away.
Yeah.
It was like a
She like lit me up.
shot, but I put like a star over it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
They're still like freaking out.
And then the hotel came over later, and they were like, we had some complaints about the screen out front. I'm like, then tell them to fucking go the other direction.
Right.
Like,
Just don't look over there.
But then I thought, I'll be kind. I'll edit them a little more. And there was somebody on the podcast too that was very. Her breasts were out. Maybe it was Jocelyn. I don't remember. It was somebody, but the visual on it, it was a lot of breasts.
It might have been Jocelyn.
Yeah, so
That's all I can think of.
that leads us to the other thing. When I told you we were talking, and I said I want you to watch Jocelyn's video on the TVs because Shane got a close up of her vagina, and I felt like we were gonna do like the what's the magic bus?
On today's episode, kids.
Like he just zooms right into it, and I'm like, how far is he gonna go? And
Oh
then
my
when she
gosh.
pulls her leg open more, and it like twerks a little, I'm like,
Winks at you.
yeah, I'm like, wow, that is. And Jocelyn loves it. Every time she's here visiting, not as a performer, she's always like, I love that video. I'm like, so I
And
asked you, I
there's your
said,
vagina.
yeah. So, not a whole Keisha. I was trying to think of the Magic Bus characters. Yeah, Keisha.
Thank God.
But yeah, so I asked you, I said, make sure when we talk to Shane, is there anything that you don't want close-ups? And you were like, yeah, I don't need the close-up of the vagina.
Yeah.
Like, she wants it all tight.
Yes. Yes.
Cinched up.
Yes. Very tight, please.
So, you have the selfies. When does your ass look its best? Morning light? Afternoon light? Or just bathroom
right after
light?
I've taken a shit. No.
Oh, let's see.
I've had some like people comment on there some rude things.
Yeah.
You know, and I try and be witty with it. So people are like something, oh yeah, you checking for them skid marks? I'm like, well yeah, because I just took a shit. What
Are you serious? People say that. See, that's
Which is funny though, because when I clap back with something funny,
yeah, they don't know
their
what to say.
attitude completely changes, and then 9 times out of 10 they're like, I just started following you.
Yeah, see.
Because they want me
Yeah.
to be mean and I'm just like,
That seems like
whatever.
such a weird way to engage with somebody like you. I mean, I get it, like some of the stuff, but then sometimes even I see comments on stuff that I'll do or the club does or Shane will post. And I'm like, are you just sitting at home looking to fuck with something? Like, you got nothing else better to do. You look at some gentleman's club site and you're like, I think your last feature was a turd. I'm like, well, you weren't even there, so get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, I never saw you or your money. So, so don't worry about it. So that engagement, do you sometimes look at it and be like, I'm just not going to engage with it? Or do you feel the need like, I'm going to kill him with kindness and humor?
it honestly depends on my mood.
Yeah.
It really does, because sometimes I can be like, you know what, I'm just gonna turn this around and be funny.
Yeah.
And other times I might be in a mood and I'm gonna be like, you know what, fuck you, and I'll go to their page, take a screenshot of one of their profile pictures. And I've done that. I don't know how many times I've posted their picture and, sir, this is you.
Yeah.
That's all I say. Sir,
Yeah, settle down.
this is you.
Yeah, settle down. That's like I told these 5 gentlemen last week. They came in and they gave our doorman a headache. And then they got into the club and, we have a 1 drink minimum and none of them wanted to buy a drink. And then I said, well, you can't stay in the club. Like, we have a 1 drink minimum. You can buy water, soda, anything. And they were like, your girls are all shit. They're all ugly. And I just leaned over and I'm like, it's 2:30 in the morning and you guys are no fucking beauties. Like, so time to leave. And they were like, are you serious? I'm like, I'm not at the strip club at 2:30 in the morning.
Complaining about the entertainers.
Yeah. So they all left and the one guy told me to go fuck myself or something on the way out. And I said, no, I don't have to. I have somebody at home that does that. Unlike you guys. So it's always amazing when people like that want to be douches. I mean, if they were attractive, I'd maybe give them a small pass. But when you're ugly as fuck and you're going to tell me my dancers are ugly, yeah, I guess to beat it.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
although I don't know who was on stage, it could have been an ugly one.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh,
hire her.
Just like the deja vu say, thousands of beautiful girls, one ugly one.
Yes, yes, that's right. It
Every
makes it-
time I see that, I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, I hope I'm not there for the ugly one. Although I always say I have a girl for everyone.
Hey, you know,
Some guys like ugly ones.
and sometimes the girls that some people wouldn't consider to be a 10 make the most money.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I always think talkers make the most money.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Yeah, the hot
Yes.
ones are tough.
Actually, you know how many guys have turned me down for dances and they're like, you're too hot? I'm like,
So,
make that make sense. I'm here. I'm talking to you. I'm giving
Yeah.
you my attention. I'm like, hey, you want my titties in your face? I'm sorry, you're too hot.
yeah, and I think that's because guys have been trained that there's like a rule of law somewhere in there that like you have your limits that have been self-imposed as to like who's going to be attracted to you or who's going to.
It's a realistic thing.
Yeah, it's some kind of realistic blunder. Like, and I don't get it.
If you have some beautiful girl come up to you and want to put her tits in your face, you're like,
See, and I'm a weird
Yeah.
one because I look at it as transactional. I'm like, she's the girl that I think's hot. Here's the money.
Exactly.
Now get in my face.
Exactly. Like,
Spread them. I'm just kidding.
it's like regardless, you're paying to get boobs in your face. So
Yeah.
wouldn't you want the hot one, especially if she's over there talking to you and everyone else is not?
That's it. I just say money talks. It
Money,
doesn't care
money.
who owns it. It's just I'm gonna give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
This is so when I hear people say that, they're like, nah, I don't think I could do a room with her because she's gonna be too much for me. What do you mean too much? She's not gonna fuck you, but I mean she's gonna dance for you. Like,
Right.
what's too much?
Mm-hmm.
So, are you too much?
I've been told.
So here we get to the too much part. Farting. We talked about a lot of stuff today.
Oh my gosh.
And I
so-
kept having to recoil stuff and say like, hey, let's not talk about it. Let's wait. When you fart, you spread your ass cheeks apart so you don't make sound?
Yes, I do.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
try that later.
Yeah, you just I'll also like
don't make sound?
yeah. So it's just like
Just puffs out.
just a. I don't fart. I poof.
Yeah, she poofs.
Question. Dive deep. But are you an anal at all?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we're getting there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love butt stuff.
That's why. It's, it would have.
Yeah. Not true.
Not true. If I don't pull them apart, it like.
Yes, anal sex makes it tighter. It's a muscle. Yeah.
The more you use it, the tighter it gets.
Your asshole is trainable.
So I'm loose.
It's like my dog.
I'm loose over here.
Yeah, you're loose, all right.
Loose is good. Loose is good.
Loose is good.
That's what I'm doing.
When Shane's in a great gay crowd, he's like, I'm loose.
Wait a second.
Let me just get it out there. I'm loose.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
When I fart, it's like a bag.
Yeah, I don't have to spread my
God.
No, I seriously will. I will like run away. I'll put my like if there's another room, I'll kind of just back into it.
Yeah.
Spread them. Spread
You
them.
see? I'm there. Maybe not for the fart, but I'm there for the spread. God. I know some friends that they like having people fart in their face, male and female. And you were saying that.
Yes, I've met one of those people. When 2 years into dancing,
Yeah.
I had this guy. He approached me.
I'm
and,
going to giggle. I know it. So go ahead.
And he's like, I want to go back, in the VIP with you. I'm like,
Literally.
all right, cool. And he's like, listen, I'm going to give you $200. I'm like, okay. So I'm like trying to figure out how many dances I'm going to do for him. And he's like, no, listen, I'm going to give you $200. And I just want you to fart in my face. And I'm like, okay. Like.
And you were able to fart just on command?
Okay, I mean, it took me a minute, and I told him that too. I was like, listen, sir, I can't, fart on command, so it might take me a minute, but I got you.
Huh?
I'm like, I
See,
got
how do you
you.
do that? I don't know how you generate a fart.
I was pushing.
Yeah, I would say you have to.
You almost pooped on him.
Yeah.
I almost
Well,
did.
we're getting there too.
That would have been more.
Yeah, that's another 200.
It's like, I only brought 200.
You want a full tapered turd, or
Well-
you want a?
Or you want it wet? Like, which direction are we going here?
'Cause the hard one's gonna take a little bit.
But no, so I told him, I was like, it's gonna be a minute. Like, I can't just give me a few, but I got you. He's like, all right. He sat on his hands.
Just waited patiently for the fart.
And I stood up, so my ass is right in his face, and he's just. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm like.
Should I even go
talking
there and ask
myself.
what nationality? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to go there.
He was a white man.
Really?
Yes, older gentleman, probably in his 50s.
So maybe a sense of smell was gone.
Oh my God. Oh gosh. But I was like giving myself this pep talk. I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, girl, you got this. It's $200. just fart, okay? Like, come on now. And I did, and it was a little poof. And he was just like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, dude, we can go to Taco Bell. Give me a burrito, and we got this all night long. Like, I'm ready to go. And he's just like,
See, no, I always wonder. So this is the weird part about it, because I've talked to people that I know that are into it. I've gotten a lot of different answers. I don't know if it's like the visual of the butt when it farts, but then I think you can just push your asshole out, and
Right.
it does that.
right.
So is it the gust of wind, like hitting them, like
has to
that
be.
gets them?
Because I had this one guy tell me,
You get like,
I wouldn't know.
I had this.
yeah, you're loose. What the hell?
I wouldn't know.
We can't even talk to you.
Look over here.
Oh my gosh. I think it's a combination of seeing the movement and the smell, because I had this one guy tell me that he wanted to eat my ass after I worked out because it's seasoned.
Yeah, see, that's a.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't get that that's what you like, but I get that that's what you're after.
The natural pheromones.
Yeah.
It'd be
Like, my own farts are tolerable, but really other people's, no.
I don't know. If you get me on a high protein day, please. It's in your best interest.
But I've been known to leave my own gas behind me.
I'm not into farts, but like if I'm into a girl and like her armpits are kind of smelly, like if she's like,
Yeah, they're like her pheromones.
Yeah,
and-
just your natural
that
butt.
shit is like,
No,
But
I
you're
know
not
what you
like-
mean. Like,
But you're not like, hey, does your pussy stink? I want to eat it.
no.
Like, that's what I really like.
Not with farts. If your armpits are a little runky, then I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
that's
see.
like the smell turns you on. I don't know what it
no,
is.
that it's that natural scent. Because I had an ex that I enjoyed the way he smelled.
Yeah.
And then after we broke up and while I'm like, you stink.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
see.
not that he was a stinky person, but
No.
like it was
But
just.
now it wasn't.
Now I'm just like.
It wasn't hitting you right now.
Right.
It was hitting
right.
you differently.
I'm just like.
It wasn't like that childhood recollection of smells.
Right.
Where you're like, I smell cotton candy. It smells good.
Right. Now
like,
you smell cotton candy, you're like, oh, those.
Yeah, now that smells like burnt chocolate.
Yeah. I'm not about that life no more.
So that's a kink. Do you have a personal kink that like you seek out or that you ask for, or is there one that like,
Spit in my mouth.
okay,
Yes.
all right, so now I know something about you, so I'm going to question you. Since you said spit in your mouth, I know you're very hygienic.
Yes.
Tell me, how does spit in the mouth work for
Okay,
you?
you can't be like a cigarette smoker.
Okay.
Getting choked while getting spit in the mouth?
Like,
Did you say while she's getting choked?
I'm asking.
I mean, I do like being choked.
Oh, okay.
Spank me hard. I don't like that little.
Yeah.
No, fucking.
You want
Spank
belted.
me.
Okay.
Spank me. I can take a spanking. Like every year at the Doty Show, this
Yeah.
is this erotic art exhibit that I do in Detroit. He's over here taking notes. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. He's got the dirty show in Detroit.
They have a spanking booth, and I get spanked every year.
Really?
And it's like with like the floggers and everything. Like,
I would probably do that.
I have
Yeah.
the video posted on my Instagram.
I will look for that.
But no, like you have to be very. I have to know you are a very clean person
Yeah.
for me to request that.
Okay, good. So you don't
And
just
I
have
will be,
strangers
like-
where you're like, hey, you want to fuck me and spit in my mouth?
No, like no. I have to like
You
know you're clean,
you
and
check
I
them
will
out.
be. I'll be like spit in my mouth and like yeah.
Now, what's your go-to sex? Vaginal, anal, oral,
All.
all? What's the one that's the go-to back to where you're like, let's do that again?
I don't know. I mean, I like it all.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you start with oral. Duh.
Now, are you one of those oral girls that like it's laying down, or is it like kneeling down?
It's whatever I say.
Oh. There we go. All right. Control. She's a control freak.
I'm a switch.
Oh, she's a switch.
Yes.
There's a new thing too called a side, which is really fucking weird. Everyone has more terms. And every time I see side now is you're not into anal or vaginal sex. You're into everything else. The sides. So the sides are oral and play and I was at first I didn't get it, and they were like, "Yeah, you're into like side dishes, like sides, not the main, not the
I
main
get
stuff."
it now. I get it.
I'm like, seriously? Like, no, and this is something new, because I saw it and I said, "What the fuck is this now?" You know, because like I always say,
Fuck
like,
my armpit.
yeah, like every time I look, there's like a new addition to like the gay groups, where like I don't know who the last one is on the tail end of the gay groups. It's like LGBTQ, blah 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 blah, blah and it keeps growing.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got you got bottom, verse, top, oral, giver, receiver, side. And I'm like, what the fuck is side? Like I can't even keep up with the old shit.
Right.
I just want to meet somebody and have sex.
Right. No,
We'll figure that out after we get together.
please.
Yeah, now I'm a side dish.
Or side piece.
Yeah, hey, hey. I'll take you as
A
my
word from our sponsors.
Yes, I have some pussy. I'll take side piece anytime. So, we know that you don't perform any kind of sexual acts on film, but do you have an OnlyFans or anything?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Do you do anything sexual on there, or is it just?
So I don't really post me doing sexual things. It's more like little tease clips,
Yeah.
nudes. If you want the videos, you have to purchase those.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
So you're a porn star at home.
Personal porn star.
Yes. Okay, good. Now, what do you usually charge for the videos?
It depends.
$5. No,
No,
kidding.
no, it starts at 200.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, Shane, give me $200. Or just give it to her. Just give it to her. We got the camera.
Yes, right. I'm taking requests.
Yeah, I'll just walk out. He'll film. I'll come back, get the film.
There might be a very wet. Where's the tarp?
I at least want one fart for that 200.
One fart, two winks, and
Yes.
yes.
Oh. Shane's
If
got.
you know how to work me, I know how to work me.
Well, spanking's part of it, obviously.
Be surprised.
Now.
3 S's: spanking, spreading, squirting.
Oh God.
And Shane, that's my name.
Oh, see, no, make it 4.
See.
Sides.
I'm out of sides. Yeah, put sides in there. Now, when you started out in the industry, did you? Why did you start out in the industry? What made you decide to be a dancer? You obviously were a house dancer when you started.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was a house dancer for 10 years.
In Detroit?
Before. No, actually, Detroit, Flint, Lansing. I started in Flint.
You didn't drink the water in Flint, did you?
Do you see my personality? That's why. That's
why
a
I
little.
thought I'd
No,
ask. That's
You have to drink water.
yeah.
Oh man.
We talked about so many things today. I don't even know if we'll cover it all. We talked about people I know that drink pee, to pee ice cubes, to
scat.
scat, you name it. We hit it all. That's what you do at a comic book convention.
Yeah, of all places.
Or whatever it was. Awesome Con.
Awesome Con.
I keep wanting to call it a comic book convention.
I called it Comic Con too.
Yeah, and it's not.
Until
I got scolded.
there, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, it says Awesome Con.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just group them all together.
Right.
The way the bartender told us over at the other place, he said one's for nerds and geeks, and the other one is for, I couldn't remember. But I know the comic book one is, the one we went to was not for geeks.
Right, that one was more like for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to decipher who was who there, but they all look like the same genre.
Right, like just like, okay, we're here.
But you were a house dancer. Who was the first performer or first feature that you saw that you said, hey, that's going to be me?
So I saw Rochelle Laurie.
Okay, I looked her up.
Yes.
I could not find stuff for her originally. And then you gave me the spelling. And then, as it came up, it said, would you like to see my LinkedIn page for Mattress Land? And I thought, are you serious? Like this old porn star has a LinkedIn page for Mattress World.
Well, I mean, hey.
She went straight to sales.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, I
Yeah.
mean, like that'd be like
That's a
me
good
selling
segue.
poles,
Huh.
I'm like this one works real good.
These beds are the best. I have fucked a lot of guys on these beds. But it wasn't her, which was sad. But so, when was that? How long ago was that?
I want to say that was in 2010 because I started dancing in 2007 right after I graduated because I was a single mom.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, I'm like, there's no way I can go to college because I cannot afford daycare and then to be away. And I just didn't want to be away from my child that much. Because
I thought you were going to say waitress. I was like, now she's going to shame waitresses. Like, I just can't do it. Can't wait on people.
Fuck them people.
You want what?
Go get it yourself.
I'll show you my butthole for
Right,
$200.
exactly.
Get your own fucking food.
But so like going to college was just out of the question because I had my son while I was still in high school and I just wanted to be with him. And I had been in dance since the age of 3.
Yeah.
So the stage is home to me. So I just felt more comfortable there. And I'm like, and being at that point topless because it took me a while to be comfortable being fully nude.
Yeah.
So being topless, I'm just like, I was flashing people in the hallways in school. Like I didn't care.
Okay, no wonder you were pregnant. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, seriously.
There she is again in the hallway.
Follow her to the trophy room.
You're about to get your trophy. Your participation trophy.
And now I get them
See,
as an adult.
You just moved on. That was the origins of participation trophies.
It was. It really was. But so I started as a house dancer. I happened to see her, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I didn't necessarily want to go into porn, but I was like, I want to be the girl. I wanted to be a feature.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the one that the clubs called and been like, we want you to be in our club. And at that point in time, too, I didn't really necessarily know what a feature was.
Yeah.
I just knew because she was a porn star. She wasn't a showgirl.
Yeah, I was
and our shows are completely different. So I just wanted to be the headlining act at strip clubs.
Definitely.
And then once I started figuring out what a feature was, I was like, cool, like I can really start getting creative and bring my ideas to life and make messes.
We're going to see a mess later.
Yes.
I think we're stuck with just the black tarp because I didn't bring the clear one. So I didn't go home.
It's okay. Black works.
So we're going to do the black tarp. Talking about... Oh, I wanted to go back to something in there. I'll think of it.
Okay.
We'll get there. So featuring. So you worked in all those cities. Were you living in one point and driving to all those? Okay.
Yes. I stayed in one spot and then I was driving, which It was only like an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
Flint was the closest one. I am closer to Flint
Okay.
than I am the other places, but I mean, it's all roughly about an hour.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, today I thought of you for like an hour and a half this morning.
Ooh.
I was trying to
I
get-
was in the shower.
I was getting your chair because I didn't have a folding chair, and it's funny. And I should have got the folding chair when I first saw it because I remember hearing about you, and somebody said you should have a folding chair for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at Home Depot, and I walked past them, and I was like, oh yeah, I should come back and get that folding chair. And I never went back for it. And then when you were coming, I thought, let me ask her if she needs a folding chair. So I asked you, and you said yes. I thought, I'll just go to Home Depot. It'll be easy. I saw them. I went right back to where I saw them, and the lady was like, we're out of them. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I said, okay. Well, I looked on the maps, found the next Home Depot. I go there, no chairs. So I'm like, all right, I'll backtrack, go towards my house. I go about 10 miles up into into Arlington. And I get to the Home Depot. I pull in. The whole place is mobbed. It's a Friday. I'm walking around. The lady tells me, go to aisle 32B, and it's the top, left. I go back there. I'm wandering around, no chairs anywhere. I asked the lady in the kitchen area, and she's like, I think we only have plastic ones. I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, come on. Like, that first Home Depot I ever saw them, and there were boxes of them.
I
And-
could have made it work.
Well,
I could have. It would have been a little more risque.
Well, here's the best
But-
part. Once I got around the corner, then this guy showed up, and he was like,
Here's the best part.
yeah, he goes over, and there's a woman with these big boxes. And
I like
she's-
women with big boxes.
Yeah, spread them.
Spread them.
So she's got a box cutter out, and I'm like, and the guy says, are those metal chairs? And she goes, yeah, they just came in. I'm like, can I please have one before you
Just
even
one.
tag them? Like, and she was like, yeah. So she pulls it out, and it, had the bag over it. And she's like, just tell the registrar to call. And I was like, okay. I went. I was like, 3 stores later, an hour and a half.
Mission accomplished.
I have the fucking chair.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, and it made me think the whole way. I wanted to call Dan and see if he slept well last night, because I think all he did was go home, lay his head on a pillow, and dreamt about your ass, because you were doing handstands in front of him, and I could see his eyes were glazing over, and he was just like.
He loved it.
And then when you did it the second time, he was even more like. I said, "Oh, good, you've got Dan all night. I'll do what I'm doing." And then my friend Miles came in,
Mm-hmm.
and he came unannounced, and you mesmerized him. And I was like, I fucking love this woman. She has captured these two. I am not babysitting. This is great.
No, I'm babysitting.
You're in charge of the.
Look what I can do.
You're in charge of the kids. So,
Story of my life.
yeah. So don't forget, your duty is tonight as well after your shows.
Right? No kidding.
I'm off the hook. So let's talk about industry. So your posts, you keep them pretty safe on Facebook, and on your stories, you put all your ass pictures inside your either stories or you move them into comments.
No, that's my flyers promoting.
Oh, your flyers
like,
you're
my
promoting.
ass pictures. Those are.
Those are right out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are right out there.
Um,
My most liked ass picture has 42,000 likes.
yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there looking at that ass.
Yeah.
So while we were talking too, and I had like a funny thing going through my head, is I kept saying that we were going to do a GoFundMe page for Dan. We were going to call it Handstands for Dan and use a picture of you. I'm going to make Shane make a poster.
Yes. I'm all for
Shane,
it.
can you make me a poster? I think that's Dan now. Or is that Ali? Oh, there. That is Dan. See?
Hello.
He's peeping in. He's there.
Hi, baby.
We were just talking about you.
Here. He's like, that's why I'm here. I heard handstands. Hi, honey.
See? Uh-oh, he's on camera now.
I heard you were the belle of the ball today.
Yes.
I
Yes,
know.
I had so much fun.
She was busy. They had
Everybody wanted me.
now you
That's nothing new.
see. I told you, you have your work cut out for you.
He better watch it. I'm a handful.
He saw that.
More ways than one.
Well, that was Dan, everybody.
Say hi, Dan.
Popped in for a second. I've seen you compete. You competed with a friend of mine who's also a friend of yours, Charzane.
Yes.
Now, you guys competed for... What was that?
It was the night moves.
Night moves. Okay.
Yes. For years, they had just the showgirl. And then 2 years ago, they decided to do a duos competition.
Yeah.
And both of us have like joked around like, hey, we should do a duo act, and
Yeah.
and then when we heard of that competition, we're both like, we should do it.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen it. Hopefully you have a video.
I do have a video. I can.
Okay,
I
we'll
can-
watch it.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you a
Me and
personal
her made
question?
out.
That was my second question. You're beating me to it. All right. So first of all,
We're on that.
how high
wave.
were the both of you?
Very.
Okay.
We're always super stoned when we get together.
I wondered because you can't really hang out with her unless you're smoking pot.
Right.
Because there's no way to. The communication breaks down.
Yes, we smoke a lot together.
Okay, so
so
you're-
much together that I forgot what city we were in when we did a Christmas party.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Girl, we in Huntsville." Oh, okay. That's where we are.
In that broken English, it even sounds.
I love her so much.
I love it. Yeah, I love listening to her because something sexual occurs in my brain when she's talking to me. I just keep looking at her like
She sings. Did you know that? Have you heard her new song?
she sings in my brain.
In your brain. Her and I, we send voicemails to each other not voicemails, voice messages.
I've seen her
And-
sing on her posts, and I always think it's just high singing. Like I don't know what to. I don't know how to put it.
She's on SoundCloud.
Is she?
Yeah.
See, I don't know this stuff.
Yeah, she just started sharing her new song. You should check it out.
Now
I'll
I'm
show
gonna
you.
have to.
I'll
All
show
right.
you.
So now you two made out.
Yes.
Okay. How was that?
That was amazing.
Could-
I'll show you that video.
Well, because Shane will remember, she wore these handmade workout outfits. They were like waffle material. They were really cool. They felt kind of, I don't know, like a material grid. I mean, it was wild fabric. And she came from the airport when we filmed her, and she kept saying, "Everyone keeps looking at my vagina." And Shane and I were looking, and then I'm like, "That's because it's your leotard's up inside your vagina. Like that's why everyone's
We can
looking
see
at
your
it."
camel toe.
Yeah. And then I realized that the outfit, I mean, it was so athletic and so tight that I thought I can see her in these bright yellow waffled kind of material with her vagina and a camel toe walking through the airport. No wonder people are looking at her.
She definitely looks better in the spandex than Spider-Man.
Yeah, she's yeah, she's super athletic, big hair, Latina with a camel toe in a bright big bird yellow leotard. So, I mean, I don't know how you could
With
miss
an
it.
ass.
Yeah, with an ass.
That ass.
Yeah. And I don't even know, and I said it before on the podcast, she was upstairs in my office and then out on the porch smoking, and I couldn't get the weed smell out of my office for like 3 weeks. And then she came down and did handstands on these blocks. I said, if I would have smoked even half of what she smoked up there, I wouldn't even gotten down the fucking steps, let alone somebody throw out some blocks on the ground and say, "Hey, do a handstand on these, would you?"
Right?
I would have trouble getting my hand coordinated just to get it on the handstand on the block. But did you do an act like that with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did partner acro,
Nice.
and it was an amazing time. We actually only practiced for 2 hours. I flew down a day.
That's because you guys are good.
We're all right. I flew
You
down.
bitches have done this.
Just, we might know a thing or two.
Yeah.
But no, I had flown down a day before the competition. We practiced at her house for about an hour. We drove the next day to the competition, practiced for about 30 minutes one day, 30 minutes the next, and then competed. But
And then
prior,
won.
Yeah, and then won.
Who did you guys beat?
Fire and Ice.
Oh,
Who else competed? Oh, Bambi Wild and Lauren Lotus.
I was going to ask, was it Bambi and Lotus?
Yes. They did theirs. What is Wild Lotus?
Yeah, Wild Lotus.
And then there was Alicia Clark and Venom Rose. They did a duo together. And was that it? I feel like I'm missing another.
Michelle Lynn doesn't do a duo act, does she?
No.
Nobody wants to get on the chains.
Nobody wants to get
Everybody's smart enough not to get on the chains.
But prior to that, though, we were sending voice messages back and forth because we were trying to figure out which one of my shows and which one of her shows we wanted to merge together.
Yeah.
Because neither one of us were going to construct a whole new show just for this competition.
Yeah.
So we took my SWAT show and her Pink Panther, which just
Oh, yeah,
worked.
yeah.
It worked.
That's what she won at the show. Is it,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
was
no.
it? Was it the Pink Panther she did?
She did her Pink Panther one year.
Yeah.
And
I thought so.
and won. And then I've competed with my SWAT show solo prior,
Yeah.
but I never won with that one. But then, yeah.
Well, all these women have a great. Wrap it up. Oh, that camera's done. Okay. Well, real quick. So you have a lot of respect out there from a lot of women that compete against you or that have worked with you, and I've been looking forward to having you here. I've seen you compete, so I'm glad that you're here. I will tell you this: Michelle Lynn, she talks about you.
I love
And
Michelle so much.
we
She's one of
talked
my
about her.
besties.
And now that I know about the cuck chair, her husband is going to be. She's going to be in the cuck chair. No, I'm kidding. No, she probably told you I have a major crush on her husband. No,
Yes.
no, we're friends, and we just joke all the time about it. And I pulled the heat off of him the last time I saw him because her brother came into town. Mm-hmm. And I said, Michelle, your husband's off the hook. Your brother's hotter. And she was like, I'm going to kill you. She's like, but he is hot.
Her brother is pretty cute. Gosh, she's going to hear this and she's like, excuse me?
Yeah,
I've never
I
told
know.
her that.
I know. And then when I found out he was a pilot, I'm like, oh, I can get some nice flight time in with him.
Let me show you the world.
Yeah. So we'll have you. Oh, yeah, he's going to take some pictures real quick. So we have some. Hopefully he got a couple of us sitting in the chairs. I don't know. Did you get pictures?
You just keep calm.
Oh, okay. Is that all out?
Yeah, this one's out, but this one's still out.
Oh, okay. That's it. Yeah, so we're going to watch you perform tonight. I don't know what you're doing. Are you doing Cruella de Vil again tonight, or?
I'm going to do that either tonight or tomorrow, but I
Okay.
am doing that show.
Cool.
And then I'm probably going to do might start with my gypsy show tonight.
All right, good.
And-
I know nothing about any of these, so that's good.
And then I also brought my varsity blues.
Oh.
Yes.
Back to the trophy room.
Back to the trophy room.
I'm never going to let that
10.
go.
She's a 10.
She's a 10. Wait till you see her in 20 years. So, well, I hope you're glad to be here. I'm glad to have you.
I'm so happy to be here.
I think it's about time we had you.
Yeah,
And,
I've only been waiting for seriously my whole career.
Yeah, thanks. Don't try and flatter me now.
No, for real. I've been wanting to come to Archibalds.
Good.
And then
I'm glad.
finally when you're like, will you come? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, because we talk about it all the time. I had so many commitments out there because I say yes to everybody that I like. Mm-hmm. And then the pandemic hit and I was screwed because then I was like, oh, I have 25 girls to move through. And then when we started filling them out, we could only do one feature a month. And then it was we skip a couple months because it was DC was still in turmoil. And now we're back on track and I'm getting back in the swing. And I had this whole list of women and you were on it. And I kept telling Frank, I'm like, this is who I need. This is who I need. And he was like, Miss Parker wants to come. I'm like, I know. Put her on the list. Get her in here. And we're here.
Yes.
So hopefully I haven't bored you all day. Tomorrow you get to spend the whole fucking day with me again. So that's
No,
it.
I'm just joking. I had so much fun today.
All
I can't
right.
wait for tomorrow.
Well, thank you so much for being a guest today.
Thank
and we'll see you
you.
perform. You're going to do some outtakes now. And that's it.
Yay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take me to the garden of your ecstasy.